Hi, greetings. Today's topic is on breastfeeding past the age of 40. So, welcome moms who are 35 and plus, particularly those who are 40 and older. And yes, you can breastfeed successfully. Um, People were surprised, maybe a couple people were surprised that I have a large milk supply, and I do exclusively feed my son. Except for occasionally he does get one supplement at nighttime. His dad takes over the early morning shift, and that's the time I get to catch up on sleep. So he may get a supplement bottle, but I have since rectified the whole pumping and storage confusion. So I'm going to share those tips with you now. And now he's on 24-hour breast milk, and I'm so happy about that. So here are some things that you need to know. When I delivered, I had a cesarean C-section, and after the cord was cut, the doctor checked him out, they brought him over, and we did skin to scan. I was a little bit longer on the surgical table, and I'll explain what happened at a later video. But the nurse in the surgery was amazing. I think her name was Caroline. Just amazing. And she massaged my breast and got the colostrum, which is the early breast milk. It's called colostrum. She was able to get that to flow, and she latched my son onto my breast, and he began to eat. She engaged Dad into it, and so the three of us were observing and participating in our son's life, and it was just amazing. It was an amazing experience I will never forget. And I continued to breastfeed. It was very difficult at first. It was very painful at first. And one of the signs that you'll know that you are pregnant is that your nipples get sore. So I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to go get my son. So he's going to join me for the rest of this video. Okay. So I have a visitor for this video. Oh, okay. I may feed him also. Let's see. So I have a visitor join. My son has decided to join me for the rest of the breastfeeding video and feed throughout. So I use they have wonderful lactation consultants at the hospital, and they were very helpful. But this all occurred after I had blisters on both of my breasts. Actually, one of them I didn't even feed on. It was so sore. So, and that breast happens. It's now coming up. This milk supply in that one is building up and catching up to my right breast. What changed for me after I got out of the hospital, I started to pump. I did start supplementing one bottle a night, and that was just one feeding. I could not pump enough to cover, or I had not got into a system of pumping and stashing. This is all very new to me. I had all the Medela products. I have the storage kit, all the pumping kits, and I have the automatic pumps and all of that stuff. But knowing like how to make that useful and work for me. So these are the tips that I can offer a new mom, and that is definitely get help right away when baby comes. Just ask for the lactation consultant as soon as you get wheeled to your room, if someone can be there waiting for you and to assist you with breastfeeding and teaching you how to latch. There's some great videos on YouTube. I'm going to link to a couple of them that are very helpful as well. Also, there are different programs. So WIC has great lactation consultants, and that stands for Women, Infant, and Children. There's La Leche League. There's lots of breastfeeding clubs and moms who get together. We don't take him out until he gets 3 months, so I'm not participating in any of that as of yet. But I did see a lactation consultant at the hospital and even afterwards, and they were just amazingly helpful. And they monitor how much he was intaking on each breath, his weight gain, and he's doing quite well. Another thing I would say is to find what works for you. Some people use the My Breast Friend at the lactation consultant consultations. They use the My Breast Friend. That was really nice. I wish I had bought that ahead of time. And the Boppy. I haven't used the Boppy before, but I see people use them. I pretty much just use a pillow, or I just grab him and latch him. Matter of fact, my preferred method is not to use anything. Just grab him and latch him onto the breast. The reason why I would use a pillow like this, like in this scenario, is because he's tired. He really wants to just lay around and go to sleep, but he's sucking. So this allows me to rock him to sleep while I'm filming this video and feed him. So that's the reason why I would use that. But the My Breast Friend comes up high enough so that it provides a lot of support, and you can actually lean back and make it very comfortable for you. Another good tip for moms is pumping. Let me tell you, when I got home and I had the Dr. Brown bottles, those are great bottles, but I heard about the Tommy Tippy. Now the Tommy Tippy bottle helped train him to open up his mouth wide, and I think that was the issue I was having when I latched him onto my breast. So I gave it about 4 days of pumping and feeding out the bottle of the Tommy Tippy bottle, and then switched him back to latching onto my breast to breastfeed, and it's been going well since. I'll show you what those look like. This is a Dr. Brown bottle, so it has the filter in there, and it helps reduce gas. He's very colicky, so this is a great bottle for that. And that's the glass. And this is a glass bottle. So I got the glass one. The Tommy Tippies, like you say, are wide, and when the baby drinks this, his mouth has to be open wide to come around and then compress here like that, and that's exactly what he does when he's on the breast. Okay, if this bottle and this bottle could be merged into one, it will be an awesome bottle, because that's what you need. You need the firmness of this nipple and this system that they have to reduce the gas coming in to make this the perfect bottle. Okay, so I would suggest you could get both of those or get the Tommy Tippy to start with. Remember to burp the baby to just help get the gas out if you're using these bottles. The other tip I would give to moms with breastfeeding is building up the stash. Okay, so I mentioned before that one breast pumps slowly or feeds is slower producer than the other. Typically, I latch to the lower breast first and then pump the one that has a lot of milk. He can receive enough nutrients, enough milk to put him to sleep out of the slow breast, plus that helps rebuild its supply. And the bottle that I get from the breast that I know is going to produce a full bottle, I can store that. So nighttime comes, Dad takes over feeding, he has a full bottle, I don't have to worry about that. So that's how I would do the storage and building up my stash. The Medela products have lots of kits for that, and I'm sure all the other breastfeeding companies do as well. So he's waking up. I'll show you what I do here. So if you are in pain, it does get better. The nurses at the hospital kept saying it gets better, it gets better, it gets better. And it does get better. Stick with it, but definitely get help with it. If you can find a great lactation consultant or a lactation group that can watch you and go step, like I said, I wish I would have done that as soon as I got to a room, had somebody waiting right there to teach me and show me exactly what I was doing right and wrong. This little guy struggles with sleepy tonight. I hope you enjoy your breastfeeding journey and parenting journey, and if you have questions that maybe I can answer, you can leave them below. If you have tips for me or for any other mom out there, please leave them below, and until next time, peace.